Good morning. It's already Hump Day Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's the Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Good to have you along. We are going to take you to Vincent Massey Gym and last night's big meeting. It was a packed house, a ruckus crowd, but all went well last night, and we'll take you there in just a bit. Also coming up on the show today, servers who have waited on celebrities. They share their stories of bad tippers, adorable couples, and people are just kind of mean. Move over, Cocaine Bear. There's Cocaine Shark. Yes, the movie is coming, and no, you're probably not going to want to see it, but the trailer's fun to watch. I'm going to show you a Snickers salad you're going to want to take to every barbecue this summer. And we'll show you a story of a person who tries to beat luggage fees by wearing every stitch of clothing that they've got. Kind of an ingenious way to make sure that you've got everything when you leave on a holiday. Good morning, I'm Tyler Glenn, and this is the Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. It's nice to see you. Especially good morning to all of our friends in chat that include Tasha and Uncle Bo and Lindy. And Quentin is here, and Sharon, and the list goes on. Thank you so much for being part of the show today. The Brandon School Division had their big meeting at Vincent Massey High School last night, and it was a packed house. Hundreds of people packed the high school gym in response to the May 8th delegation that appeared at the meeting. It was overall a good meeting, and here's why. Number one, there's not going to be a book ban. Number two is that it was respectful for the most part, and it was educational. I think the only thing about the meeting last night that was a little bit out of the ordinary was its length. Like a 6-hour meeting last night. 6 hours for a council meeting. Normally, that would be something that would send you to sleep, but it was must-see TV last night, and we're going to show you a little bit about that. We'll show you a little bit of it in just a second, but first, let's take you outside where we've got some smoke and some clouds to start the day. There is a change in the forecast, actually. We're going to see some rain showers now for the weekend, which is our big garage sale weekend, this is we are going to see some rain showers, most likely to appear on Friday and Saturday, and people are making fun of Uncle Bo and his camera being down again. Yeah, it's kind of out. It's not even down. It's just dark. I don't think it's updated. Is there something? Uncle Bo's camera didn't update, I guess, or he's got it covered with a sheet. I don't know. But nevertheless, we are expecting some rain showers now for Friday and Saturday, and I'm hoping this changes because, again, we do have the community-wide yard sale. There's going to be people who want to drag their stuff out into the driveway and such, and so hopefully that is not going to hit, but we'll have to wait and see. 28 and 27 for Friday and Saturday, Sunday 24. But lead up to the garage sale weekend is looking good temperature-wise, and we're supposed to have sunshine right up until Friday, wouldn't you know it? And then it's yard sale time, and that's when we're going to have some rain showers move in. Okay, just want to test out I had to do a system update on my, oh no, there's Uncle Bo. Okay, people are commenting, okay. Good to see. So anyway, to the school division meeting yesterday, and here's a little bit of the media from yesterday and how it went down. First off, this is the exact moment that the vote took place. Let's just take you right to the moment that you're waiting for, and this is when it all went down, the moment of truth.
I agree with you, Jason. Everyone deserves respect. I will, however, not be voting in favor of the motion because I agree with forming a committee.
Thank you.
All right. There's a bit of a hum there. You know what? I'll tell you, the amount of people that watch this video on YouTube is incredible. I don't think in the history...
Any other comments or questions regarding that motion before we call the question?
In the history of televised anything in Brandon, maybe aside from like a Wheat Kings game.
Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion?
Okay.
Opposed? That is carried. Thank you very much.
And a standing ovation, and the camera doesn't show the crowd, but behind there is literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. It doesn't look like it in this shot, but anyway, that's the money shot from last night. Where okay, so no book ban is going to happen. Okay, so that's good. But I was getting back to the amount of people that watched this. The views on YouTube right now for this video, 14,000. It would rival any Wheat Kings hockey game, playoff game. It would rival, I'm trying to think of other big events that happened in Brandon. Maybe the Olympic torch. Remember when the Olympic torch came through, when people were carrying it to Vancouver? I think that people were watching that because the television station had just shut down. But, I mean, there are a lot of people watching this video. 14,000. And some of the speakers last night were really, really good. I have to admit that that it was very heartfelt. I think there was one incident. A guy had to be tossed. He got a little unruly. It was at this kind of towards the start of the event, and it's off camera, so I won't even play it. He shouted out, and then everything went quiet, and then it was like, let's get this guy out of here, and so they kind of just escorted him out. And as far as I know, that is the only incident that happened last night, if you can even call it that. So that was just awesome. That it was a very respectful conversation. That the speeches were generally pretty focused. I think a couple people got carried away. That's why we had a 6-hour meeting last night. But all in all, it was great, and I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised and relieved, and somewhat impressed actually. I want to commend the Brandon School Division and whoever, I think it was Vincent Massey, for their technical ability for pulling off yesterday in fine fashion actually, and I bet you they've got a media program. But nevertheless, they had They had a great production of the meeting. It started on time. Audio, for the most part, was clear. There's a little bit of hum there, but that's okay. And the thing is that there were so many people that wanted to get into this meeting that they had to turn people away. I was watching social media about 6:30 last night, thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to watch this on YouTube. Because the plan was to watch the school board meeting and flip back and forth to the hockey game. So hockey game, school board meeting, hockey game, school board. I missed the hockey game. I don't even know who won last night. Did Dallas win or Vegas? I was getting ready for the show. I didn't even have a check to see who won the hockey game. Because these speeches, I just wanted to see if I had, it's like anything, right? You're watching something on television. You want to see if you know anybody. It's like, oh, I know that person. Oh, I know that person. And one of the speakers that spoke yesterday, his name is Jason. And thankfully, it was right off the start. I'm hoping the audio is good because I knew it was going to be a good night when Jason spoke because, leading up to this event, I knew that the eyes of the entire country were on us. Definitely the eyes of Manitoba, but to some degree, the eyes of the country were watching Brandon to a certain degree last night. And when Jason got up to speak and shared his journey with regards to what he was going through, what he went through, what he continues to go through, I thought it set the tone because Jason was incredibly respectful and was very sincere, and it was a powerful presentation. I'm going to see if I can just scoot over to that part just for a little bit to play a little bit of Jason's presentation. I am not going to play a whole bunch from the meeting last night. My kid's school librarian spoke, and he from Linden Lanes. My kids went to Linden Lanes, and it was really neat to see their school librarian speak last night to the issue. But let's see if I can find it here. I wrote down these times. Give me 2 seconds here. Oh, there he is. Okay. But I got to get it at the start here. Come on. It's such a huge video. I'm going to post the video in its entirety on my website at tylerglenshow.com. So if you've got 6 hours of time to sit and check this out, you may want to check it out. Okay, let's just see how the audio is here.
So thank you very much. My name is Jason Foster, as she said. I would like to speak to you today about the matter of book banning. And I would first like to congratulate and thank all of you, no matter your opinion, no matter your stance. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for coming here and caring enough. Thank you for not submitting to apathy. I speak to you
awesome.
for a matter of the censorship of affirming content, a matter of our lives, being able to walk down the street, of a youth being able to grow up with the knowledge that the way they are feeling is not a unique or bad experience, that youth who are feeling as though they are transgender should not hate themselves. The kids who are different should not fear it. To the concerned parents attending this meeting today, I applaud you. Thank you. It is brave to stand up for what you believe, and I commend your concern and compassion for your children. I do not stand up here to ridicule your concerns. I speak to ease them with understanding. First, I wish to address the fact that being transgender or LGBTQ+ is not a choice to be made. If it were, then people would not choose it. I have been told that the only way I would make my parents proud is if they found me hanging in my living room because I am transgender. I have been threatened and yelled at because I am transgender. I have been called a mentally ill girl, a freak, a tranny. So many kids are on the streets because they could not change the fact that they were LGBTQ, and transgender kids are denied healthcare unless they use their birth name. We do not want to be abused. We do not choose to be kicked out. We do not make the choice to be abused and ridiculed. If by simply choosing not to be LGBTQ, we could just stop, we would. We cannot. And here's the reason that books, that normalization, that education must remain in place. Growing up in an environment where people's identities, where children's feelings, must be suppressed and kept on the hush-hush, where even to pick up a book containing an LGBTQ positive viewpoint is banned, it will be terribly detrimental to our lives. Intolerance and silence breed a sense of something being wrong or dirty. These children are not feeling this way because they're sick, because they're wrong, because they're being abused. They simply feel this way. And if they cannot speak about it, if content that contains a like-minded individual that validates and signals the way that they're feeling is not something to be hated, if that content is banned and suppressed, they will think something is wrong. They will think something is wrong with themselves. Children will hate themselves. Children are going to kill themselves because they cannot change how they feel. Children are going to die because they believe their existence is wrong. Children will lay awake at night, wishing they were dead because of the way they feel. Kids will kill themselves. They will hate themselves. They will try to force themselves to change, and they will find they cannot. They will hate themselves. They will get angry. They will become depressed. They will hate themselves and their bodies. The children you are trying to protect will die. We are not sexual deviants. We are not trying to be special. We are not dangerous. I am a person. I like Westerns. I like watching movies. I like reading. I write stories. I listen to a lot of music, and it just so happens I am transgender. I do not feel I am a girl. I do not align with my sex. The reason I call myself a male does not lie in my genitals or my chest. Those parts of my body cannot speak. Only my brain can have conscious control of my body, and every thought I have, every time I think of my gender, I know I am a male. This is not because of the books I have read. I have endured abuse. I live with memories of harsh, horrible words every day. I have been told to end my own life. I have been told that I am mentally ill. At the young age I was, if I could have simply stopped the abuse by choosing not to be transgender, I would have done it. I couldn't, and I hated myself. I wanted to die for many, many nights. If I had died, I would have become just another statistic. But I have learned to live with myself and those around me. I have learned to love myself, that I am a human being, that I can be a person too. And I couldn't be happier living my normal life with all the great teachers, friends, my parents, and mentors I've met along my way. I couldn't have learned to love myself without help from the media and books containing people like me in it. I couldn't have learned to love myself without friends who are just like me, who share my experiences. I couldn't have learned to love myself without the education that it is okay to feel like I do and to live the way that makes me happy. And through all of this, I have never made any permanent changes to my body. I changed the way I dress. I changed the length of my hair. I changed the shirts I wear. I changed my name in my friend circles. Those who know me call me he. This is something to take special note of. Permanent change does not need to occur for a child to be happy. If a child is feeling as though they are a boy when they were born as a girl, or they are feeling like a girl when they were born a boy, how do we respond? How should we respond? How do you talk to a small child who feels they are different? Should we deny how they are feeling, telling them they will grow out of it? Should we shelter them from LGBTQ+ content, fearing it will brainwash them? Should we yell at them, get angry that they are not normal? Should we tell them that they are only doing this to make us angry, to test our patience? These are the reasons that transgender people kill themselves. The things I have just listed are common experiences of transgender children. Children deserve our support. Things that they say, things that they do, especially young kids of the age of 5 or 6. They know no better than what they feel makes them happy. If a child says they are not a boy, not a girl, we should not yell at them. We should not brush them off. We should not fear it. These books should not, cannot be banned if we care at all about the safety of our children. parents, teachers, students, friends. I do not forget that I talk to human beings, to fellow people, citizens of Brandon. I speak to students of the Brandon School Division, concerned parents, concerned students, and teachers, and to you, all of you, you who chose to attend this meeting. I thank you. And so I stand here today as a fellow human being, a concerned student, a transgender man, and I say this: we do not want hate, we do not want abuse, and banning books, banning media that depicts LGBTQ people in a positive light will say that being LGBTQ is bad, that being LGBTQ is a thing to be feared and hated, and kids are going to die. So please, protect our children.
Yeah, excellent. It and you know what? I thought that was the one worth dedicating some serious time to, because I saw 90% of the meeting last night. I did have to go to bed. It went till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was just, as soon as I heard Jason speak, and then I was listening to all the other speeches after Jason, I thought to myself, thank God Jason was right at the start. Super powerful, eloquent, hit on all the points and basically summed up the entire argument in only the way that somebody living the experience could do. We heard from librarians and politicians and leaders and friends and family members, but that to me, that's why I shared it on the show today, is I wanted to kind of encapsulate the feelings of the community, the trans community, as this was unfolding. And the 2 weeks that have passed since it was proposed to have a book ban has been especially hard on them and their families. But I think that today is a brighter day, and I am so happy that the meeting was again respectful, uneventful from an outburst standpoint, and that the book ban isn't going to take place. So I think overall, you hate to see that something good can come from a bad situation, but some good came from this bad situation. As a community, a lot of people were either in the gym last night or watched this on YouTube, and people are waking up this morning and trying to catch the bits that they're going to play on the news later today, and hopefully Jason is part of that. But I so impressed, and if anybody knows Jason or has friends or family members of Jason, I was looking on Facebook trying to find a Jason to reach out and say, way to go, job well done, you hit it out of the park. That was a big moment, big speech, and you met the moment, man. You met the moment big time. And so, job well done. And I did want to show, though, my kid's librarian, because he was awesome. I'm not going to, we're getting a little long here, but this is Mr. Cuggy. And Mr. Cuggy actually read a book. He read one of the books during his speech yesterday. He is just such an awesome guy. So if you know Mr. Cuggy, also tell him that, we think the world of him. My daughter was in and out of the broadcast yesterday, in and out of the living room. And then when Mr. Cuggy came on, she caught every second of his speech. And then it just, again, shows you how teachers, librarians, support staff play such an important role in our kids' lives, and we have to trust them. We have to say, look, these people, we trust these professionals with our children each and every day. And Mr. Cuggy is so inspirational in our family that my daughter wants to be a writer. So in the age of AI, I said, oh, God, really? A writer? Are you kidding me? AI? Oh, man, what a time to go into writing. AI is going to take your job. What are you talking about? But anyway, there's Mr. Cuggy, and he is amazing. And it was great to see, great participation. Again, I am not going to get too deep into this because we have other stuff to talk about, but it was must-see TV last night, must-attend meeting. Everything went well. The headline here is that the community came together, and and it was I felt really positive. And I think that if you want to see for yourself how it all unfolded, there is 6 hours on YouTube, but I'll make it easy for you to find because I'll post it on my website at tylerglennshow.com. All right. You know what? Maxime Bernier was there, and then he ducked out, I think. I don't want to say that for sure, but his spot at the meeting last night was basically very close to the camera. And then it was like, I don't even think an hour and a half in, he couldn't be seen. Now, maybe he changed seats, or he just said, you know what? Holy crikeys. How long is this gonna go? I'm sure a few people said that. How long is this meeting really gonna go? Because it just kept going on and on and on. And I'll tell you, some of those folks, boy, they deserve a medal for just being able to. I had the comfort of my couch. I'm not gonna lie. Watched it on YouTube. So I, have nothing on those people who sat on hard chairs for 6 hours or stood and sat on hard chairs for 6 hours for that meeting yesterday. Anyway, again, coming up this morning on the show, we're going to talk about all kinds of other stuff, including the most popular Happy Meal toy of the year you were born. This could also be the year you graduated from school, because Happy Meal toys didn't get introduced until the 70s. We're going to talk about that coming up in the next little bit. Also, attempting to beat luggage fees. An airline passenger tries to wear all the luggage to make that happen. That is coming up in the next little bit. But first, we're going to take a beach break. Oh, wait a second. We have to say goodbye to our Facebook friends and TikTokers and everybody on social media streams. We thank you for being here and part of the show today. We will do this again tomorrow at 7 a.m. Again, for everything we've talked about on the show and more, including the video from last night's meeting, go to Tyler Glenn Show.